What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy Sean back here with another late night video. How y'all doing? I figured I'd talk about something that I have gone through a little bit, but not as bad as my friend Luna. I have actually seen it firsthand where she has been in multiple abusive relationships, and it's not just women who get abused in relationships. Guys can too. Like, guys can actually get mentally abused or physically abused. And when that happens, when you're in a abusive relationship, that actually sticks with you for a long time. That can actually make you be afraid to commit, or that can actually make you a little timid, or kind of sketchy, or well, not sketchy, kind of skittish, I guess you could say. That's one thing that nobody really wants to be a part of, or nobody really wants to be in. For this Luna, like I said, that's something that really sticks with a person for a long time. Even after it happens, it's like I said, you can be physically abused or mentally abused in a relationship, and that will actually stick with a person for a long time. And it's something that you really don't want to go through. I mean, like I said, it makes you kind of timid, or it makes you afraid to commit because of that mindset of being abused. You don't want to go through it again. So it's something that people do go through, but you don't want it to. But I mean, okay, what do you mean by raise his hand? I mean, there's not just physical abuse. You can have verbal abuse, mental abuse. There's more than one kind of abuse, and all kinds. Right, trust me, I know you have, and I know you know about it, because you've been there. And I mean, I'm making this video because there's a lot of women out there that have been in abusive relationships or are still being in one. And when you're in an abusive relationship, it's hard to get out because, you're afraid to leave, or because you love the person that you want to try and make it work. But trying to make something work that's just not going to work, I mean, that's a lost cause. I mean, you're trying to put forth the effort when the other person really doesn't want to, so that's kind of a one-sided deal. And being in that kind of relationship, it makes it hard for a person to leave because they're afraid of what's going to happen to them if they do leave. So when that happens, like I said, you're afraid to leave. You're not sure what the other person's going to do or how they're going to react. It's hard for someone to have to go through. It's a heartbreaking experience, just for the simple fact that there are a lot of women out there who do get beaten daily, or do get verbally abused, or mentally abused. Isn't that number one on the list, though? I mean, you could say the wrong thing or whatever and get beat for it. You could give the wrong kind of look and get beat for it. I mean, those kind of relationships they're unhealthy, because like I said, they stick with a person for years and years. And you don't want to be in it, because it's one of those things where when you get in, like I said, it's hard for a person to get out. I mean, in a way, it kind of makes a person stronger, because after the fact or whatever, in years down the road, you kind of learn to have a tougher mindset, or you kind of learn to be a tougher person, or a stronger person because of it, and you can carry Okay. But like I said, it makes the person stronger because it kind of, that way they can tell people about their experiences. That way they can help people out who are in that kind of relationship, help them get out of it or help them through it. So people who are in it, you don't really want them in it. Like, you kind of want to try and like help them with it, because it's one of those things, like I said, when you're in, like, it's kind of hard to get out because of what someone might do to them, or they have that mindset of, well, I love this person and I want to try and make it work, when it's really not going to work, and the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to keep getting beat and keep getting beat. It's stuff like that that kind of makes a person, I don't know, like, lose self-confidence, I guess you could say. And you're, what's the word I'm looking for, Luna? Like, you kind of feel trapped, I guess you could say. Like, you kind of feel trapped in that kind of relationship. So it's it's something that you don't want to ever go through. And I know Luna, like my friend Luna just said, she's going to do a video about it as well. So, but yeah, it's something that happens that you don't really want to have happen, but yet, do people go through it? Yeah. And like I said at the beginning of this, guys also get abused too. Like, it's not just women. Like, it's 90% of the time it is women, but there are those times where men do get abused by women as well. But if you've ever been beaten or whatever, or if you've ever been abused, then you know exactly where I'm coming from. The only reason why I know so much about it is because I have a friend who went through it. So just kind of, try and stay, like, straight away from it, or, like, if you know someone who's going through it or has been there, help them out or help them through it. But that's my take on it, is, just help people out through it, because there's a lot of women out there who are afraid to commit, or are really afraid to be with somebody because they still have that mindset. They still have that mindset of, battered woman syndrome, I guess you can call it. And they don't really know how to really commit because, like I said, they have that mindset of being beaten, or like mentally abused or verbally abused. So they're not quite sure how to step into a fresh relationship. So, but that's my video on it. Like, that's my take on it. So I'm gonna get off of here. Luna, I guess it's your turn to do it. But like I said, that's my opinion on it. Right. Like, they don't really know how to be in a good relationship. Like, they don't really know how to be with somebody who's going to treat them right. The only thing, like, when you have that mindset, the only thing you really know is someone who's going to abuse you all the time. Like, they don't know how to be with someone who's going to actually treat them the way that they're supposed to be treated. So, but that's my video on it. Until tomorrow, I'll think of something else to do for tomorrow, for my daytime one and nighttime one. So, Luna, I'm going to pass it over to you. Everybody else, have a good night.